Hi guys, this is Chrystal Lynn, and I just wanted to check up on you and see how you guys are doing with the tail end of the moon being in Cancer. What's happened in your life in the last 2 days? Are you experiencing memories? Are you thinking a lot? Are you reminiscing to the past? Maybe taking lessons and bringing them to the future? Maybe you're eating a lot of chocolate? Yeah, all of these things can influence us with the moon in Cancer. It was funny this morning because I got on Facebook a little bit, and a couple of the comments that I saw from people I thought were interesting. You know, a lot of times people go through their whole life and don't have any idea of what's happening astrologically. And this one I thought was funny. There was one girl wrote, "I'm grumpy and I want to go home. I don't even want to ride my horse. Just go home and sleep. Blah." The next one I saw is just a quick statement. "You're breaking my heart," with a sad face. Another one. "When you find yourself doubting how far you will go, just remember how far you've come. Just remember. Remember everything you've faced, all the battles you have won, all the fears you've overcome, all the chapters you've written. Remember the moments that came before when you had this same doubt and overcame it. You can go as far as you let yourself go. Let go, and you will soar farther than you've ever imagined." And that was an unknown person who wrote that. Don't these sound like moon in Cancer statements? So is it possible that Facebook could be a fun indicator of seeing astrological things go on? I absolutely love Facebook as an astrologer because one of the most brilliant things Facebook did was put the option to put your birthday on there. Probably 70% of people will put their birthday on there with year. And it's not even so much that you're going to dive into every single person's chart, but you see September, you're going to know it's a fellow Virgo. I've bonded with some awesome people networking because we're all Virgos and we love each other's pictures and we love each other's taste. And so I have a lot of Virgo friends. I've drawn in a lot of Pisces people, and I have a Facebook that is just my friends, and I don't even have to talk about astrology that much because it's just my pictures of my kids and personal things. But I will share certain things and everybody's like, "I'm feeling the same way." I kind of like to do it more as just a little test to see how people are feeling and what is the consensus going on. You know, it's funny because if you know your friends on Facebook, you know, you'll see different personalities come through. I mean, it's really obvious when you see a Scorpio's Facebook. You know, they're usually trying to make some big controversial stand and rile people up and have a dramatic moment. And then, and then stand on the hill of "I'm just speaking the truth," and that's it. So you'll see a lot of political or arguments or debates or reactions. Of course, there's a lot of other factors that go behind the scenes of our chart, but I'm just giving you general pictures. You'll see a Virgo's Facebook, tons of pictures. Document everything. Talk, 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 talk. Same thing with Geminis. You'll see a lot of discussions, what about this and what about that? So you can kind of just start to glance and also, seeing different personality traits, seeing different physical characteristics in pictures that people post. I've been able to look at all my Taurus friends. I'm really able to see, wow, they do have those beautiful eyes. I call them the cat eyes, and I see all my Taurus friends with these incredible eyes. So just fun stuff to think about. Again, I'm trying to make this fun and light, you guys, because I've been thinking a lot about it. I trained horses for many, many, many years, and it's been such a phenomenal experience on developing timing and feel, because a horse does not reason in the way that we do, so we cannot manipulate or convince them to do something that doesn't make sense to them. So when you first start training and teaching them communication, you start out small. You teach them a little bit here, then you teach them a little bit here. Then you put those two pieces together. Same thing, when you start riding them, you start taking them all by themselves out into the horse trail, and they're, a young horse. You take them about a half mile and you bring them back so they know where home is. Then you take them out about another mile the next day and you bring them back so they always know where home is. And that's how you build the confidence. So by the time you've maybe been working with a horse for 10, 15 years, I mean, some of these Olympic dressage horses have been in extensive training for over 15 years, you guys. Really their whole life they are, but I mean, before they can become a master, there's thousands of hours that go into the training of these animals. And so when you see the beautiful picture at the Olympics, you have no idea how many little tiny pieces that were put together along the way and then combined. And so when I'm talking about charts, if I'm reading your charts, you guys are asking me questions, I'm kind of trying to feel where I think you're at. How much can I give you? I'm just doing these in 15 minutes. For someone to really sit down and read your chart, like to the depth of it, it takes several hours. And to be honest, I don't think we'd be ready to always hear all of it yet. I think in different stages of our life. I'm super glad I found astrology later, because I don't know what I would have done if I would have known on such and such date, you're going to be divorced, or I don't know if I would have wanted to know that, because even though I did go through a divorce and it was devastating, had I known in the back of my mind, about 35, I'm going to be divorced, would I have put as much into that family and into that marriage that I did? I know I can say I gave my all. And I'm not saying that knowing some of the things of our future, like being the fact now that I am divorced and I know that was potential for me based on a lot of elements. I'm glad that I understand it in hindsight. But for whatever reason, this younger generation is being given this gift, this map, this tool. And I don't know, I'm just thinking a lot about things, and I think it's also important to realize that the tool isn't what makes changes or gives you power. The tool is just recognizing it. We wouldn't look at the Weather Channel and watch the weather, and then if they said, hey, there's a tornado coming, but we don't know where it's coming, it would be up to each individual person to go home and prepare their life in the way that they see fit. Get the food ready, get down in the bunker, make sure the dogs and cats are with you, whatever it is you would do. But once you know what the weather is, now you're going to rely on everything you have as a person. You're going to rely on whatever faith you have, whether it's the love of your family that drives you, whether you pray, whatever that is. So I like to keep them separate for me, because I think they are two separate things. I think that we gain knowledge, and what we do with the knowledge is what's important. And don't push this. A lot of us are learning this. Let the knowledge come to you and make sense to you as it comes. Sometimes we get listening to astrology things. I can remember listening to things and having no idea what they were talking about years ago. And now I listen to things and I'm like, wow, I really understand what they're saying now, from my asking questions. And I mean, I'm born and raised Southern California girl, my whole entire life, and I'm going to share my life experiences and my knowledge through my culture, how I grew up, my experiences, and they're just as real and truthful. And if they resonate with you, and, one of the things about, I was reading and I thought it was funny, and I'm going off on a tangent, but I was reading that the Virgo woman many times is called the Virgonian den mother. And all my life, I've always, when I was a little girl, I was a little tomboy and tom girl and ran around with all the little kids in the neighborhood. And when I had my own son who became a teenager, I was the den mother for all the pack of boys running around and got them working on the ranch. And so now in my life, all my daughters, all my friends, they call me mom. They know they can come to me. That's really what I am. I'm just kind of sharing my experience, sharing my love for how the universe works. I just think it's incredible. And so all of these thoughts, maybe I'm loony today. So, all right, guys, have a good day and keep watching. I got more coming, some really cool stuff coming. All right, bye.